YAJ effect. YAJ. Welcome to YAJ. Welcome to YAJ.
Well, good, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight on this Saturday of YAJ? Saturday. Lord have mercy. Got too much on my brain. All right. It seems like it's starting to get cold now. Some people are saying it's supposed to snow on Monday. I'm not ready for it. Don't want it right yet. Not ready. All right. Let's do our question. What if? I think this is able to hear everything other people are thinking. What problems could it cause? I think it's a good thing, but then again, if you hear something that you don't like because they're thinking about you, it would cause some issues. And you can't say anything because you know you're hearing it, but they're not saying it. Then they'll think you're crazy.
All right, let's get her done. What's up, spiritual brothers and sisters? Love you, grandbabies. Love you, children. Let's get the show on the road. What's the hardest thing for people to talk about? Is it love, hate, death, religion, work, marriage, divorce, sexual preference? What's the hardest thing for y'all to talk about? Now, as I talk to everybody all day long, 7 days a week, I think the hardest thing for anybody to truly talk about is sex. But for me, masturbation.
Well, where did that come from?
Well, yeah. I went there. Masturbation.
I don't think a lot of people have a problem talking about sex.
Yeah, they do.
I think there's people that just don't know what to say or how to take it.
Really? Because these are the same people. Oh, I'm glad you said that. Let me give you a rundown.
We'll give you a rundown. Hi, Lawrence. How you doing?
These are the same people who claim they know what their children are doing, but yet they out there having sex unprotected. But why is their daughter already giving a blowjob to some dummy?
Well,
in the back of a car.
Yeah, but generation does not talk to their kids because they think that's something you should talk about.
Yeah, but our grandparents were still freaks.
Well, I can't help that. You know, hey, that.
So was our parents.
That happens, but they don't always talk about the things that go on. Now, I have children, and I'm gonna tell you what, I have no problem talking about it, and I have no problem talking to both my children about it. Mm-hmm. But some of them don't want to talk about it, and it's like you need to learn what's out there, and the parents need to talk to your kids. A lot of this stuff goes on out there, because if you have them watching porn or watching sex stuff and that, you know, that's a little different than what actually goes on in a relationship. Go ahead.
I came from a single home. My mother did not talk to me about sex. She just told me to keep my little head in my pants. Reason why I'm saying this is because there's nothing really wrong with porn that you people keep bringing up in church or bringing up in every other subject. There's nothing wrong with porn. Porn is just misused, and it's a tool used by people who are idiots. Because if your mother takes it in the rear, like I know she probably does, if your mother was doing things she shouldn't be doing before marriage, what right does she have to tell anybody they can't watch porn? Remember, very few women and men were virgins.
But if you're a virgin before you get married, that's great.
Oh, yeah.
Helpful.
That's what it's supposed to be done.
That's applauded. Don't take this the wrong way that we think that, you should go ahead and go out there and just whatever, this, that, and the other.
Mhm.
But when you do have two partners that haven't done it, you are experiencing new things and different things as a couple.
Mhm. But masturbation, see, here was my problem, having 3 girls. My problem was when I saw my children doing things they shouldn't be doing as a father, that grossed me out. And one of my baby's mothers pulled me to the side and she said, "You can't tell her that. Then she's going to be self-conscious of her body." Which I understood what she was saying, even though I was about to barf in the floor, because to me that was the grossest thing ever. But I understood what she was saying. Every child at some point gets familiar with their body. Boys take a little longer. They might play with it after a while, but when they really start touching it is when they're in their teens.
No, I hate to, because I have a son, and I hate to tell you, even though that's not that it's a sexual thing, and that boys, they tend to find it very quickly and stuff like that. Well, you might not remember as a little boy. I mean, we might have to pull your mom up in this one.
No,
to when you were a little boy.
I can tell you exactly when I did it. Boy.
Okay, we don't need to know all that.
13, that's when I had to experiment.
I won't even say that.
I took long showers.
I won't even say that my first kiss was when I was real.
That's right. You can only speak for a female's perspective. But from a male that's sitting right here, a true male, yeah, we don't experiment until we're about 13, when we're just about to touch one foot into that high school door.
I don't even think I wasn't even a teen. I had my first kiss way before I was even a teen.
Nah, my first kiss didn't come until I was like almost.
Mine 17. It was French kissing, and mine was in a treehouse.
Oh, see, we're talking about a different subject. Like, where y'all at?
We only got 2 eyes. Everybody Christmas shopping right now. Go ahead, y'all go Christmas shopping.
But the whole thing about reason why I brought up masturbation is because it's simple. Our problem is we are always felt or made ashamed of everything. Look how this is. Look at Facebook. You got certain groups where, hey girl, let me see.
The thing
really?
is, no, but what I'm trying to say is when you said that, as far as being ashamed for yourself.
You couldn't have done it after I
No, because this is why we communicate and we talk back and forth. That's part of the show. Is that when people sit there and say, "Oh, that's nasty," this, that, and the other. A lot of times when people are saying that, it's because they either have not experienced it or they have nothing to say because they know nothing about it. So they just think it's just a bad thing. Or somebody made them put them that way that, hey, that's just something really nasty.
I was going to get to that at some point.
Okay, well,
okay.
Now go.
All right. Even though I forgot what the hell I was going to say. But I look on Facebook. I look at the TV shows. I look at a lot of things. Just like you're quick to start throwing that whole gay and lesbian stuff at everybody in the commercials and the stories. And honestly, I don't know why society keeps feeling they have to force it upon everybody. The thing that I want everyone to understand tonight, whether you look at it right now or you look at it another day, is that you sit here and you think about all the stuff that we've been through growing up. We shunned ourselves to the point where, we really have a bunch of people running around here telling you that sex is bad. We already got the church telling you that it's bad. How would they know? You got a lot of pastors doing things they ain't supposed to be doing anyway. But the whole thing about it is this. Unfortunately, if the church was so worried about porn and having abstinence and all this other stuff, then won't they have a class teaching young folks on how to respect the female, respect their bodies, or how to not say dumbass things to females to hurt their feelings? Why don't you teach a class? Because that's what I'm trying to get at with the point about the church, is that you do a whole lot of hating, but do you do a whole lot of fixing? Because if you hold a class and tell a male, hey, look, a strong marriage is based on communication. Believe me when I tell you, if you want a nasty freak in a female, treat her like gold. You'll find out. Treat her like a queen. You'll find out. And that's what we've been trying to tell you females. Why y'all keep settling for crap? I know what I did to destroy my marriage. This is why I'm a better person now. Because I'm here telling you, don't go my route. If you really want a female to do the things you want her to do, since you cry about it, oh, you don't do what Freaky Nikki does up the street, or you don't do what Joe Beth does in the back of a car. If you want
Everybody's different. All women are different. They're not all the same. That's all I can say. Go ahead.
So really, I'm gonna hurt you when we get off this show.
See,
Don't go my route.
that's why my hubby loves me. You go, Susie. I said 2 couple words. You can keep going.
But
What'd
the
you stop
whole
for?
point of what I'm trying to get at is to understand what I didn't understand in my marriage was that you have to have and understand that who you marry is supposed to be your best friend and confidant. You have to understand that this woman that you married, if she might have been a freak before you married and she stopped, you got to figure out why she stopped. Because that's the whole thing about communication. If you don't like sex, I don't want to marry you. I'm not basing the whole relationship upon sex. What I'm saying is, when I look at you and we grow old, it's not time to put on the damn robe. I was messing with you when you were naked, and I continuously want to keep messing with you while you're naked because we're married. I don't care about no stretch marks. I don't care if you age. I don't care anything. That's the whole point of being married. That's why I brought this up. Because when it comes to the foundation of masturbation, normally that's a solo act. But when you invite another partner, it can become a unity. All these guys who can't stay monogamous in a relationship, that's because they don't want to. Then you need to find your settling for some dumbass dude. And that's the same for you females. That's the same for the females and the males. Y'all keep settling for some dumbass people. And then you want to blame everybody for it. Or run around and say, oh, my therapist or my psychiatrist told me. No, you just chose the wrong damn partner. The most sacred thing to the female is love, compassion, commitment, understanding, respect. All those things can bring out that freaky nature inside of her. Since you want to have loosey-goosey up the street, but you don't want to wait for that. But you go stick in your little stinking penis.
And they come back and bring something to them.
Or some of you on the down low. Y'all like other men. Look, man.
Yeah, get it straight before you get in a relationship. That's all I got to say is make sure you know what you want before you get into a relationship and then halfway through go, I'm not really in for this. I want something different.
Yeah. Ladies, I'm just telling you like this. If you cannot wait until you're 18, out of high school, or until you're married, if you can't wait, fine. But the minute that dude destroys you, don't blame the next guy. See, the 5% of men that don't carry, there's a lot of us who don't carry that relationship into the next relationship. It's a dead subject to us once we walk away. It might hurt a little while, but this is why your parents told you, take time for yourself before you move on. No, all you people want to jump back into the same damn fire.
Yeah, you got to take a break in between, because if you don't, you're taking the baggage that you have from this one, you're putting it into the next one, and guess what? If that person's doing something that you remotely think or happens to bring in your mind to who you were with before, you're going to start accusing them of doing something when they're probably not doing anything, but you just keep thinking. That's why you need time in between to get it all out of your system. I mean, go date around, hang out with guys, go do things, but don't get in a serious relationship until you've had that time to let it go.
And stop blaming black females. You black men, y'all make me sick. Y'all claim that black women are bitches and all this other. Why are you calling them out their names? Yeah, I understand black females have a strong mental mind and they're strong with about what the things they do. But if you go out there and pick you something ghetto, that's your fault. There are a whole lot of educated women, and there are a whole lot of educated women that came from the ghetto, but you want to treat them like what? Then you want to run to a white female and act like it's supposed to be okay.
And don't think a white female will take you out just as quick as a black female.
That's all we're saying.
We're all different, but we have all different ways of taking you down.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a man can take a woman down.
Yeah. I mean, one thing I don't really see is y'all look, guys, and I truly understand. But when a child asks questions, just give them the answer. I know it feels uncomfortable. I know it really does.
Well, not at a very young age.
No.
Give it time for them to get up there when they're about, because already in high school, they already have sex education that they're teaching and stuff like that. But I got news for you. Them high school boys, once they hit a certain age, their testosterone are really high. And they need to bring it down.
They can't.
Well, that's why you need to be talking to them to figure out how they can bring it down.
Because that's how you shame a guy.
But see, you got a lot of these fathers out here. Talk to you boys, okay? Yeah. Don't go to a library and get a book and say, here, read the book.
That don't work.
Stop being scared and talk to them. Be a man. If you didn't have a father to talk to you, okay, I understand that. And if you don't know some of the things like that, go to an uncle or a grandfather, which, you know, sometimes they don't want to talk about it. But you really need to talk to your boys about how to treat a woman and stuff like that. Okay? I have a son. You know, his dad did talk to him. I talked to him. And, of course, he looked at me like, please don't talk to me. But you know what? I'd rather be able to talk to you and tell you some of the things and that from what my experience is and what women do like in some ways, instead of you going out here and asking a friend or a buddy and say, well, this is how I do it, da, da, da. Mm-hmm. You know, even my daughter, I talk to my daughter. You know, they might not like your mom talk. Boys don't like to talk to their moms that much, but you know what? I'll tell you like it is, whether you like it or not.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys, we out.
All right, well, that was Saturday. YouTube Saturday.
What was that? What was that? What if question?
Oh, the what if question? It's a what if, not a true or false.
Oh.
But the question was, now this is reminds what we were talking about. If you were able to hear everything other people are thinking, what problems could it cause?
Mm-hmm.
It cause, you know, you're thinking you're with your man and he happens to be looking at another woman thinking, the things I could do with her. And not that he would be doing it with her, but, you know.
If you ain't learned by a certain age that sex ain't everything.
Laura said peace.
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 Thank you for watching, y'all.
Yes, yeah, thank y'all for watching. Those of you haven't said anything, that's fine. We can't read what you're saying now, so I can respond to you. But y'all have a good rest of your weekend. And I guess we'll see you on YouTube Tuesday. And it better not snow on Monday, because I'm not ready for it. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I'm not.
Doo-doo. We had about four eyes. Masturbation.
Welcome
Lordy.
to YAJ.
Oh, come on.
Welcome to
YAJ. Uh-oh. I forgot to turn it off.
You gotta turn it on.